What happens when you combine a bookmark, a belly band, and a hidden paper clip? You get the latest entry in my big book of junk journal ideas. I'm going to do a quick video today, and I have a new entry in the book. Hi, if you're new here, I'm DJ, and this is Hither and Yon Studio. I do paper crafting and junk journaling, and if you've been here before, welcome back. We're working in this big book of junk journaling ideas, and I have a whole playlist. So if you want to see all the goodies that we made inside here, go ahead and check that playlist. I will try to link it down in the description box below. You'll see how I made the book, and you'll also see a lot of the entries that are inside. But today we are working on this fun belly band bookmark that uses a hidden paper clip. And this is a really fun, easy make. You probably already figured it out, but I know a lot of you will stick around just for the make, so thank you. This is a belly band. Now this one's a little long, but it slides over the page of your junk journal with a hidden paper clip. It serves at the top as a bookmark because it tells you where you are in your journal. And it's also a belly band, so you can slide something through it and keep it there on the page. And you can carry it with you. So if you have a book board, maybe you want to have that in here. But I have some fun ideas along with this make, so I'll show them to you as well. Let's get into it, guys. This is going to be super fun, super easy. As you can see, you probably already figured it out. We're going to be using some paper clips. We're going to be using some cutoffs, and a lot of us have these cutoffs from our 12 by 12s. And I thought, since I have so many, maybe we'll use one of these. And I'm going to make this one a little thinner than this. This was an actual cutoff I had from a 12 by 12 because I was making envelopes with it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one at 3 inches. And then I'm going to, actually, let's cut it at 1.5 twice. Okay, so depending on the size of your cutoff, if you have like a 2-inch cutoff because you needed a 10-inch piece, just use your 2-inch. You can make these any width that you want. And like I said, I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I'll show you a little later in the video. All right, so you have your 2 pieces. And let's get a couple at 2 inches. And I'm just going to make these a little smaller. I'm just going to cut off this kind of raggedy edge up top. And we'll make these at 2. Okay. So we'll do 2 of them real quick. And yeah, they're super easy. I hope you're doing good today. I hope you're having a good crafty day. It is chilly today, guys. It is chilly. I want spring back. I want spring back. Please come back. All right. So we're going to take these. And you're going to want to measure for the size of your page. So let's just assume we're working, I don't know, in this page here. We want to know how big we want our belly band bookmark and just kind of eyeball it. And I'm kind of going to figure out where my fold's going to be. Okay. Now you're going to find that when you add your paper clip, you're going to lose some real estate, and that's because the paper clip takes up some space. So we'll fold over both of these pieces, but we're going to end up cutting the bottom one some. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces, and you can put them any way that you want. We can put one this way, so we see this on the other side, or we can put them both this way so we have some cohesiveness there. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we need a paper clip, obviously, and you want your paper clip to fit over, and we'll do it this way. That's my top. This is my bottom. You want it to fit over so that there's room down here because we have to put glue all around this. Okay, now here's what I'm talking about. When I put this top piece over top, which is going to help make our hidden paper clip. So we have the clip here and we have it there, right? And actually, I prefer the long end on the long side, but it don't matter either way. You fit it however you want. Maybe your paper clip is smaller. You can make these any size you want. You'll see when I put this over now, see how this is peeking out? And maybe that's fine for you and you don't mind that, but I want to actually trim it. And then also because of that, down here, it's also a little off. And it's just the paper clip under there kind of pushing up that top piece. So before I glue, I just want to line them up, even them out. That's all. Very simple. I'm just going to cut that little bit of excess off. And then down here. Now you can probably just cut it about 1/8 of an inch shorter than the other one, and that'll work fine. Okay, so now this is what we have. I want to round my corners, and I'm going to ink it a little. So we can do them together. Yeah, you'll be making a ton of them. I did. And then, oh, I had some more ideas. It was so fun. All right, so we'll do this and this. Okay, right? So you see, I'm going to put my paper clip back on. And this is where we are. All right. I'm just going to add a little ink. I'll skip past this part. You guys kind of know what inking is. Well, most of you do. If you don't, you can go watch any of my other videos. I have a lot of inking going on. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I inked. I didn't ink under here because you're really not going to see that. But we're going to put our paper clip on. And then we're going to add some glue. I'm going to use my Fabrifix glue. So this is the bottom piece. I have my paper clip on there. And I'm going to glue all around on this little bit. And you can put your thumb under there just so you don't, glue the rest of it. But we do have to glue this whole piece. And then we're going to flip over here. And we're going to go just a little under. Because we want to leave some room for the actual belly band. But we do have to seal that paper clip in. So I probably even could have gone a little closer up to the bottom of the paper clip. And then we're going to take this top and just fold it over. Like so. Line everything up. Get it down as close as you can. And just kind of hold it. You want to make sure that glue is all set and that paper clip is sealed inside really nice and tight. You can put a couple of clips on there if you want. You just want to make sure that it's good and glued. And then down here, so now we have this. We kind of have like this, and we want to make our belly band. So we just have to close the bottom here, and that'll leave us that belly band. Super easy, right? And then you get to spend all your time in the decorating where all the fun is anyway. Okay, so that gives us our belly band and our hidden paper clip, but we need the bookmark part. And that's as simple as adding a tab at the top. Now I'm going to use kind of a whale tail tab, but you could use any tab, and I'll show you a quick tab that you can make if you don't have a whale tail type tab. I just need a little piece of something. This will work. All right. So I want a piece that is a little thinner, like this one is in between here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this in half. And I know I've torn it, so I'm just going to cut it now into a long rectangle. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to take my little hole punch here, and I'm just going to punch off that corner. And I'm going to do that on both sides, like so. And I got a tab. How fun is that? So you don't have to use a whale tail if you don't want to. And actually, I like the way this one looks. So this one I'm going to use on top. I might put a little stitch on there, though, like around here. And I'll do that before I glue it in place. I'm just going to stitch here and here. All right, so we can take these off now. It is dry. Our paper clip is sealed inside there, and this is the part that slides over the page. And now I've just stitched the sides, and I'm going to glue on my bookmark tab on top, like so. And you can go a little higher, a little lower, whatever looks good to you. We just want to make sure that's good and dry, and we are done. It was that easy, right? So that now can slide over any page in your journal and be a paper clip that's clipped on, a bookmark to save your space, and a belly band to hold whatever it is you want to hold. Okay, it might be a journaling card, it might be a little note, it might be anything that you want it to be, and it doesn't have to move around your journal. It can also just be a tab, and you can do a bunch of them on different pages if you'd like. But let me give you some additional ideas, and then we'll make one more just in case you guys want to see it made again. But let me show you these ideas because they're super fun. Okay, so we have, I said, well, if I can combine a bookmark, a belly band, and a hidden paper clip, why can't I just also add in a pocket? So they made this one, and I put 3 paper clips. So this is like the folded over part, but I put 3 paper clips on there, and these were just 2 6x6s, and this just slides over the page like so and creates a tab now on the side of my journal instead of on the top. So it also serves as a bookmark or a tab for a section. So you could do different sections in your journal and have something like this on each one. I just took my 6x6s and I folded over about, I don't know, what is this? About an inch and a half. Inch and 3/4. And then I took another 6x6 and I made a pocket here. And there's also a pocket inside. So where that belly band would be, I just made it a top loading pocket instead. And I sealed the bottom. So instead of it going all the way through, I just sealed up the side and the bottom. But there's 3 paper clips in here to make it nice and sturdy. And I just slid that over the page. And then I said, well, I could just also do that with another pocket. So this one loads on the top like so, but it just uses a wider piece. So instead of that strip, I have a wider piece, and I was able to get another pocket here. And then there's a side pocket here, which you can see like this, and a pocket here. And so you get all that pocket space in a movable piece that could go around your journal and just kind of wrap around some pages. So we have that. And then I said, okay, well, what if I wanted to use a book board? And, these are the things that we kind of put under our pages so that we can write. They're hard-backed. And I said, well, why can't we just float this one around the pages? So I did the exact same thing, except on this top tab, I just kind of left this bottom part loose. So there's a hidden paper clip in there you can kind of see. And I just cut this tab on the top. It's not a punch or anything. I just kind of made my own. And I glued this side down. So the hidden paper clip kind of went over the top like this. Okay, you can imagine it going over the top. And I glued down just this side. So that left this side free to attach to my page, and that's what this is. This is the side that's free, and then that can just travel around your journal and sit on a page. This one's a little wide, And then you have your book board and a bookmark and a really pretty placeholder in your journal. So a lot of different options, right? So many fun things when you combine all the stuff we love. Let's make one more. We'll use these pieces that we cut. Or was it these? Nope, there's another one of these somewhere. There you are. All right. So this one's got some interesting stuff on the other side. So I think what I'll do is I'll put this on this side. And we'll keep this on this side. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll just make the other side a little longer. So maybe I'll do it like that, and then we'll fold this like that. And remember, when we add our paper clip, we'll lose some real estate unless we do kind of like what I did here, which is where we put the paper clip through the top one. So why don't we do that? So this is going to be our top one. And I just need to cut a little slit there for the paper clip. I'm going to get, let me just, I'll ink it a little so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so I have a line. My paper clip's going to fall somewhere in the center there. So I'm just going to put a little slit in there. It can be a little wider than you need it if you can't really center it. Like, I'm no good at that. That's where our paper clip will kind of hang out. And again, I'm just going to ink quick. Okay, we're all inked. And for those that will ask, this is Ground Espresso Distress Ink by Ranger. And so it's a little darker. This is my bottom. This is my top. I'm going to put my paper clip on the bottom one. And then this one will go over, but I'm going to have this up just a little bit so it can go through that little slat that I made. And then that'll allow these to sit a little better. It looks like I have just a hair still hanging out there, which I can probably make go away if I just fiddle with it a bit. So most of it's gone now. All right. So now I have my top on my bottom here. I'm just going to leave a little space there, and I'm going to glue this down. So again, right on the piece that the paper clip's on. Be careful not to go beyond it. Just want to capture our paper clip in there. And then this side, I am just going to go right below that paper clip. Like so. And then we can make our belly band. Super easy, right? You guys get it. Of course you do. Okay, and then in this case, we don't need a tab because our whatever we tie on there will be our kind of bookmark piece, right? Let's see, what do I want? I think I want this. So I got a little bit of this. And this will be our bookmark. And all the decorating with really tall items. You could stitch. You could put a big long quote on there. That would be fun. You could put some lace. Whatever your jam is. And there is our second one. That's going to go right here. And I'm just going to get something to put in there that can stay in here because I want to make sure that I remember that it is also a belly band. This one's a little big. Let's fold it in half like a little booklet. And there we go. So fun, right? All right, guys, that is our make for our big buck of junk journal ideas. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to make one of these, what you think about it. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with a friend. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day or night. Bye.